Welcome back to Kensho Quest. In this video, I'm going to share Hakone itineraries. Hakone is a popular day trip or weekend getaway from Tokyo. If the weather cooperates, you can get some amazing views of Mount Fuji. I'm going to share things you can do in Hakone, whether you have 1, 2, or 3 days there. There are a couple ways to get to Hakone. If you're finishing up a Japan Rail Pass, you can take a Shinkansen bullet train to Odawara Station. This is as far as the JR Pass will get you when visiting Hakone. Once at Odawara Station, you can purchase a Hakone Free Pass, which provides unlimited rides on transportation within the Hakone area. These local buses and trains are not part of the JR group, so they are not covered by the JR Pass. Once you have your Hakone Free Pass in hand, you can switch to the Odakyu Railway line and continue on to Hakone Yamato Station. Another option, if you don't currently have a JR Pass, is to purchase a Hakone Free Pass, which includes round-trip transportation from Shinjuku Station in Tokyo to Hakone. This includes riding a regular Odakyu line train from Shinjuku to Hakone Yamato, which takes about 120 minutes. However, I highly recommend upgrading to the Romance Car Limited Express train for an additional 1,200 yen per direction. This train will get you there in just 80 minutes with a reserved seat. Once you make it to Odawara, the Hakone Free Pass provides unlimited transportation for sightseeing in Hakone. In a previous video, I explained how to use the Hakone Free Pass and exactly what's included as far as trains, buses, ropeway, sightseeing ship, and cable car. You can watch that video after this one. Having the Hakone Free Pass will definitely make sightseeing in Hakone much more convenient. If you're going to be coming from Shinjuku, I'll leave my affiliate link in the description box below where you can go ahead and purchase your Hakone Free Pass in advance. You will need to pick it up at the Shinjuku Station Odakyu Sightseeing Services Center. You can select either a 2 or 3 day Hakone Free Pass, and even if you're going to Hakone just for a 1-day day trip, it's still worth getting that 2-day pass if you'll be doing the popular Sightseeing Loop. Day 1, Sightseeing Loop. If you only have 1 day in Hakone, I recommend doing the Sightseeing Loop that takes you through Lake Ashi and up a ropeway to Owakudani Volcanic Valley. I explained each type of transportation to take, as well as the sights to see along the way in my previous video, the guide to the Hakone Free Pass. There is one thing that you may want to add in that I didn't mention in that previous video. You may want to visit the Hakone checkpoint and walk through the cedar-lined Old Tokaido Highway. The Tokaido Highway was a walking route that linked Tokyo to Kyoto during the Edo period. This is located on the southern shore of Lake Ashi. You could start by taking the Hakone Tozan bus from Hakone Yamato Station to Hakone Machiko bus stop. From there, walk to the reconstructed Hakone checkpoint, and then proceed on through the Old Tokaido Highway towards Moto Hakanoko bus stop. If you want a longer walk, you can head away from the lake towards Amakase Tea House. Next, you can visit the Hakone Jinja Shrine and then proceed on with the Sightseeing Loop, how I described in the previous video. Day 2, Museums. If you have a second day in the Hakone area, I recommend making a museum day. There are many museums in the area, some larger than others. Our favorite was the Hakone Open Air Museum located near Gora Station. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a minute. We also visited the Kanagawa Prefecture Museum of Natural History. This is in a different location than most of the other museums. It happened to be really close to where we were staying near Iriura Station. There are some impressive fossils and exhibits. Our family enjoyed our lunch of traditional soba noodles at the museum cafeteria. Other museums nearby include the Paola Museum of Art featuring Monet and Renoir, the Hakone Venetian Glass Museum with a glass forest, and the Hakone René Lalique Museum, featuring the French jewelry and glasswork artist. We didn't have time to see them all. If you plan to visit some of these museums, it would be convenient to book accommodations near Gora Station. And remember that the Hakone Free Pass gives you discounts at many museums and attractions. Our family made a whole day out of our visit to the Open Air Museum. Our kids really enjoyed interacting with the artwork, running around, and climbing on the rope structure. We took a break for a buffet lunch at Bella Foresta restaurant with a beautiful view of the museum grounds. The food was mediocre, but the view made up for it. After lunch, we continued exploring. I popped into the Picasso exhibit while my kids headed back to the maze. We thoroughly enjoyed the day and rounded it out by soaking our feet in the Onsen foot bath. I highly recommend the Open Air Museum. Day 3, onsen or crafts or something else. On your third day in Hakone, you may want to relax in an onsen hot spring. There are many hot springs in the area due to Mount Hakone volcano. A family-friendly option is the Hakone Kowakian Unison, which is more of a hot spring amusement park. There are water slides and pools for the kids to play in, as well as a wine bath and a coffee bath. You can either bring your own swimming suit and towel or rent them when you arrive. We didn't get a chance to do this on our Hakone visit, but it's at the top of my list for our next visit. Another option is the Hakone Yuro Day Spa, located just a short 3-minute shuttle bus ride from Hakone Yamato Station. There are indoor public baths as well as outdoor private baths that you can reserve in advance. I will link to this day spa as well as some other options in the description box below. You could also spend the night at a ryokan, which is a traditional Japanese inn. Some of these include onsen baths. We haven't done this yet in Hakone. We're waiting till our kids get a little bit older. Crafts. You could try your hand at making your own souvenir at Crafthouse, located in Gora Park. The Hakone Free Pass will get you a discount at Crafthouse and also free admission into Gora Park. Both our 5-year-old and 9-year-old really enjoyed doing the glass blowing there. They made a drinking glass and a beautiful vase. I was surprised they let kids do this.
What do you think?
Please keep in mind that a lot of these crafts either take a few days to cool off or even longer to dry. So this only really works if you're staying a while in Japan and you have a shipping address where you can have the finished product sent. I think there are a couple options you can do to take with you that day. For outdoor thrills, there is Forest Adventure Hakone with ropeway courses through the trees. Our kids weren't tall enough to participate, but it sounds like fun. You could also use your Hakone Free Pass to continue to the Gotemba Premium Outlets to do some shopping and get closer view of Mount Fuji. Odawara Castle on return trip. When it's time for you to head back towards Shinjuku, you could stop off and visit Odawara Castle. It's just a short 5-minute walk from Odawara train station. As well as visiting the castle, there's also a ninja museum and experience. That costs an extra fee of 300 yen for adults and 100 yen for children. It's an interactive museum for kids, or adults could participate too. I hope that gives you some ideas of things to do in Hakone for a 1, 2, or 3-day itinerary. Up next, please watch our guide to the Hakone Free Pass. Or if you're considering getting the JR Pass, you may want to watch our beginner's guide to the Japan Rail Pass.